Hello, everyone. My name is Joshua Lockett, student here at Full Sail University in the Recording Arts program, and this is my personal assessment presentation. Over this course, I learned a lot about myself, and not only myself, a lot of other people that I probably wouldn't have known at all if it wasn't for taking this public speaking course. I learned how important it is for us as a communicator to know about ourselves to help know how to communicate with others, and how important nonverbal communication is just as important as verbal is, and how self-esteem also plays a big role in our everyday conversations. Two strengths that I discovered from this class is that I am an orange. First, I am very active and very hands-on when it comes to working, but if I'm not into the activity, I tend to not take interest in the activity at all. Um, in the military, I was all in for doing the work. When it comes to waking up early for PT, going to the field, and doing all that, I was all in for it. Like, I enjoyed doing every bit of it. Every moment was the best moment of my life. But when I signed up to initially join the military, I signed up to be airborne, which means it's basically parachuting out of a plane. And at first, I thought that nothing can fear me. Like, I will fear nothing. Like, jumping out of the plane is nothing. I can do it. I always wanted to do it. Let's just get to it. Not knowing myself, as soon as I got to the plane, I froze completely. I ended up getting out of the plane, not because I wanted to, it's because I got pushed out. But if I would have known a little bit more about myself, I probably wouldn't have signed up for airborne. But I still ended up going through it, which is it was pretty cool, by the way. All right. Yeah, another strength for me is that I'm somewhat of a good verbal communicator. I love learning and listening to other people, and I feel like networking is a big deal when it comes to us as Full Sail students because we have a lot of the resources that we need here. So being a good verbal communicator, it makes it a lot easier for us to learn more about other people and what they do, so we can build together and maybe we can build something great together. Yeah, another story. When I was in the military, in order to achieve the rank of a sergeant, you have to go to a board, which is basically a verbal face-to-face exam, if you would say, uh, in front of your superiors, which are basically like your bosses and CEOs and stuff like that. And they expect you to answer every question without showing any ounce of nervousness or you questioning or doubting your answers. And I feel that that training alone helped me actually become a better verbal communicator than before actually. So it was pretty. The military basically helped me out a lot before coming here to Full Sail University. All right. One weakness that I discovered about myself is that I am a horrible nonverbal communicator. My body language will show it all. In this class, during our group presentations, it was pretty obvious. Well, it's pretty obvious now. Like, I talk with my hands, but during the group presentation, I actually stuck my hands in my pocket, which basically can show you like a sign that he's nervous or like he doesn't really know exactly what he's talking about and stuff like that. Well, that's not really the case for me. It's just I feel comfortable moving my hands or sitting my hands in my pocket, but that can be a horrible nonverbal innuendo, I guess you could say. Um, yeah, the concept that I connected with the most is the concept about learning self. Before coming here to Full Sail University, I was in the military and I got medically discharged. So when you get medically discharged, you have to basically come up with an idea on what you're going to do off of the fly. I thought I was going to do 20 years in the military and retire, but that wasn't the case. So I basically had to figure out what I wanted to do and what I wanted to do quick because income purposes. So I had to take the time to actually learn myself and actually figure out what I enjoyed doing, and then once I figured out what I enjoyed doing, I actually put forth the effort to going forth and pursuing what I actually enjoyed doing. So the concept about learning self really hit home for me. After this course, I will actually work on communicating better with others. I'm kind of shy when it comes to talking to a lot of people because I don't know how they're going to react to our everyday conversations that I normally have. So I will work on communicating better, practicing actually presentations, because I was really nervous when it came to the presentation. I don't know if it showed too much, but I was really nervous when it came to the presentation. So I will actually work on that as well. Actually learning exactly what I wanted to say and practicing the presentation will actually help me out a lot. Because that presentation, I didn't really practice it a lot. I just went over it one time and thought I was going to be okay because I was comfortable with the topic, but obviously I wasn't comfortable with the topic, and I forgot a lot of the key concepts that I wanted to hit at the time. So, in conclusion, I greatly enjoyed this public speaking class. I hope that I can build off of this and become a greater communicator, and hopefully use these techniques and skills that I've learned from this class to achieve me the career goal that I wish to achieve. Um, that concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening. Uh, Hopefully this works out for me.